Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the end game of this Christian Pulisic transfer saga. We've got a bit of information in regards to Caicedo. Interest from Liverpool and Klopp on Levi Colwill. There's a lot to talk about. This is going to be one blockbuster video just for you guys. Stay tuned. Let's go.
All right. Here we go. Back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get stuck into this particular news. AC Milan have improved their bid for Christian Pulisic. Its new formal official proposal around 20 million, as reported by James Horncastle. Negotiations advancing. Pulisic wants Milan as priority. He's pushing for Milan since last week. Ladies and gentlemen, as I've said it in my previous video, even though there was that Lyon rumor that was materializing, Lyon at the moment financially, they're in so much trouble. I think they've been suspended. They can't bring any players in, so the Lyon situation, the Lyon bid is off the table. And I always had a feeling that Christian Pulisic wanted to go to AC Milan. He's been researching about Serie A. He's been asking his colleague Winston McKennie about how things are in Serie A and this, that, the other. He was, I think, at one stage was also rumored to Juventus, and Winston McKennie is a Juventus player. Whole heap of Chelsea contingencies in AC Milan as well. Olivier Giroud, Tomori. Recently, Ruben Loftus-Cheek has gone there, so you could understand that he may find that comfort being in AC Milan. And also, AC Milan have got some blockbuster players in the likes of Rafael Leao. So there's something that Christian Pulisic could look forward to, and I'm pretty sure AC Milan are in the Champions League as well. So look, it's time. We need to part ways. We need to free this player as well, let him enjoy his life elsewhere. And at the same time, we need to bag that money and just look for the future. This guy has just not worked out for us. There was that one time under Frank Lampard, first tenure post-lockdown, where he looked electric, along with Olivier Giroud, mind you. So this combination of Pulisic and Olivier Giroud in AC Milan could be something to look forward to. So, but ladies and gentlemen, at 20 million, I think this is a deal now. Initially, the first proposal, which was about 14 million, paltry 14 million offer, I always said that was a bit disrespectful. And I said anything around the Ruben Loftus-Cheek price tag, around 20 million euros, should get the job done. And now we've seemed to have, achieved that. So for me, at 20 million euros, which is also now being backed by Fabrizio Romano, coming from James Horncastle, this should be a deal, ladies and gentlemen. This needs to be a deal. Let's move him on. Let's not dilly-dally around this deal anymore. I certainly don't want to see Christian Pulisic in our training, pre-season that's kicked off right now. Breaking: AC Milan make 18.9 million package bid for Christian Pulisic, coming from another source, Athletic. So he seems like it's a little bit more, 18.9 million. I'm pretty certain is a lot more than just 20 million euros. 20 million euros is approximately about 17 million pounds, something like that. So it looks like 18.9 million. It's a deal. For me, it's a deal now. So let's get this going. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comment section, are you happy with this price tag for Christian Pulisic towards AC Milan? AC Milan and Chelsea, they're starting to create some sort of a link, some sort of relationship. A lot of Chelsea players tend to be going to AC Milan. So I like it. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of information in regards to Moisés Caicedo from Fabrizio Romano. As you know, Fabrizio Romano is the one who's been driving and who's been controlling this news in regards to Moisés Caicedo. It's almost as if, and I've said it previously as well, it's almost as if he's in the negotiations table, he's in the meetings, he knows exactly what's going on from the ins and outs. I'm pretty sure he's got first-hand contact with Moisés Caicedo's agent. So this is probably why he's getting all of this information. Chelsea and Brighton are working on Moisés Caicedo deal. Negotiations are by direct talks, club to club, as revealed last week. So both the clubs are now talking to each other. Personal terms was agreed a while back anyway, so that's not an issue. Caicedo said yes to Chelsea months ago. There you go. And deal up to the clubs now. Talks on. Quiet in public, but concrete behind the scenes. It still takes time. Look, for me, that gives me confidence. When Fabrizio Romano is talking like that, Caicedo to Chelsea, Brighton and Chelsea are talking. And the fact that there are no other clubs that are interested at the moment in this whole piece, it gives me confidence. I just need this deal done ASAP so this brother can be a Chelsea player soon for us and be part of the training sessions and preseason immediately, and he needs to be in the plane to the USA tour. So hopefully we are now, what are we? We're in Thursday, or you guys are in Wednesday still, but hopefully by the end of this week, the first week of July, that we start, we see Caicedo being a Chelsea player very soon. Okay, next up, ladies and gentlemen, trust me, things are happening behind the scenes on this Caicedo deal. Let's see how long it takes, but concrete club-to-club talks. Once again, Fabrizio Romano reiterating that Caicedo to Chelsea conversations between the two clubs is quite concrete, and hopefully we should see something happening very, very soon. We need it. We badly need some reinforcements in the midfield. Caicedo will go a long way. Now, this is the interesting conversation, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I really need to hear what you guys have to say about this situation. Liverpool remain interested in Levi Colwill this summer, but Chelsea remain determined to keep him. Pochettino and Colwill will sit down and discuss what is in store for him. Colwill wants assurances over the amount of first-team football available to him at Chelsea next season. This is coming from Bobby Vincent, I think London First, I believe, journalist from there. Look, this is what I'm going to say about Levi Colwill. For me, we should make him a very important player. I don't know how much more we can convince him if he's not convinced as yet. We shall see what he does. Apparently, we have an offer on the table for Levi Colwill to sign. He's still got quite a few years left in his contract, but we have a new bumper offer ready for him. I don't know the ins and outs as to how much that offer is worth, the term, the length of the contract, and how much we're going to be paying him. Look, I'm pretty sure he's on some paltry wages at the moment. I would be very, very amazed if Colwill is pushing for a lot of money. I mean, look, money is a factor, but if we are exponentially increasing his wages to, let's say he's on 10,000 or 15,000 a week, something like that. I don't know exactly what he's on, but I wouldn't think he's on anything exorbitant. If we can push him to about 100, 120,000, let's say per week, really not just doubling, tripling, quadrupling his money, maybe even 5 times, his money, then he should really consider thinking about staying at Chelsea. And the fact that we've let go of Koulibaly, the fact that we are even talking about potentially letting go of Chalobah, Levi Colwill, I don't know how much else we can make you feel convinced that you are going to have a solid part in this Chelsea resurgence in this upcoming season, and you will be seen as an important player once again in Euros under 21s, I believe, championship. England's made it to the final of that championship, and Levi Colwill once again has had a splendid performance against Israel, I believe, and England's now gone to all the way to final without conceding a single goal, and I believe Levi Colwill has played every single minute of for England so far. He's an unbelievable defender. Not only defensively, he's solid, and of course he's got a lot to learn, but he's an attacking defender. That's the crazy part. Like, he looks to attack from deep. His line-breaking passes, his long-range passes, is something to really, really, hone in on, and something I believe Pochettino would absolutely, would want to have that in his artillery. So he would 100% appreciate that a lot. Look, we keep declining these deals from Brighton, from Liverpool, whoever comes in, we must keep declining. And we need to give Levi Colwill a belief, and hopefully after this Euro Championship is done, under 21s Championship is complete, that he sits down and has a conversation with Pochettino, and Pochettino can lay out the ideas for him, and hopefully he gets convinced and he wants to, stay and fight for Chelsea Football Club. Look, I'm not going to lie. I do get a sense of belief that he's not totally convinced with Chelsea. I don't know why I have this feeling that he could potentially move to someone like Brighton or Liverpool. Both are in Europa League next season. So, look, we'll see. We'll see his commitment levels for Chelsea Football Club. But I truly hope we can keep him, and I truly hope Chelsea and Pochettino can convince him. There's a reason why clubs like Liverpool and even Brighton, they're a very, very good club. Liverpool, obviously, top club. I can see why Liverpool might be going for a player like Levi Colwill. He could be exceptional for him in build-up, and also, as I said, that deep deep sort of playmaker from defense, so which is fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in regards to Levi Colwill. How do you feel about his vibe? Do you get a vibe from him that he wants to stay at Chelsea Football Club and really fight for the football club, or do you get a vibe that maybe he has this attitude of potentially leaving? Next up, ladies and gentlemen, lots of news in regards to Andrey Santos. Porto appreciate Andrey Santos since January. They asked for him twice, but the moment there's no agreement with Chelsea. Porto like Andrey and they'd love to have him on loan, but Chelsea have not decided anything. Pochettino will see him in preseason, then decide. I think that's the way to go about. Let's check him out in preseason. Let's see how he does. There's been a lot of hype about him. I need to see him how he plays out in the preseason. We've got quite a few games to play in preseason, a whole heap of training sessions to happen as well in the preseason, and we can see some pictures in the training sessions with him and many other players being involved. Look, let's see how he does. We are quite thin in midfield. Hopefully we get Caicedo. That's Enzo and Caicedo. That's the mainstay. And then we need other players in midfield to just bulk up that midfield position for us. So, look, any move for Andrey Santos right now is quite premature, but I wouldn't be surprised. I won't be surprised if we do send him on a loan to Porto. As Fabrizio said, Porto appreciate him, and if he can get regular game time, and it seems like he may get regular game time. One of the players from Porto, Uribe, has been rumored to be leaving Porto, so which would open up space for Andrey Santos to get regular minutes there. But there were some rumors, and I hope this is fake, that we could potentially put a buy option there. So, look, two things here. One, if there is a buy option, then it really cements our thought process that our owners, our board are buying all of these Brazilian or these South American players to make a profit out of them. And two, yeah, look, I don't want this buy option. Like, do we really believe in these players? Do we think that they have a future at Chelsea Football Club? I'd like to think they do. So it's something to look forward to. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what you think about a potential loan move for Andrey Santos to Porto. Would you want to see him stick around at Chelsea Football Club, or do you think a loan probably is the best way to go for Andrey Santos at the moment, or just wait till we see how things pan out in the preseason? Let me know in the comment section. Next up, Chelsea are working on offensive players behind the scenes. This is from Fabrizio Romano. So not only we're looking at some midfielders, but we're looking at some offensive players. So Ryan Cherky, that conversation will come into fray. Matthias Franca recently from South America in Flamengo, that will come into play as well. And we'll see if there's any other, potentially a striker that we're interested in this transfer window. So still quite a lot of business to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we have to talk a little bit about this. I don't want to dwell too much into the whole Mason Mount story. Whole heap of information has been dropping. Who said this? Chelsea's PR, Mason Mount's PR, Tony Mount, and what he got up to behind the scenes with Man United hierarchies. Look, I don't want to get into all of that. It's a mess. And it is what it is. He's moved on. All I want to say is Mason Mount will be given Man United's number 7. It's been confirmed. So, look, this number 7 for Man United is very iconic. If you guys remember, back in the David Beckham days, Cristiano Ronaldo days. So, this 7 is not just a iconic situation as a footballer, but for commercial purposes as well. So you can see which direction Man United's really heading with Mason Mount, the pin-up boy, the poster boy of English football. It's a lot of burden. That number 7, let's see how Mason Mount plays out at Man United. As I said, the likes of David Beckham and Cristiano Ronaldo to follow up on. So we'll see what happens. But for me, wow. Man United, they're all about the PR. They're all about the advertisement and the media work with Mason Mount. They know they can potentially sell a lot of shirts, merchandise, and a lot of English fans will obviously back Mason Mount and him now playing for Man United, one of the biggest clubs in the Premier League. It just goes side by side, doesn't it? So let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, about Mason Mount getting the number 7 shirt for Man United. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, some information in regards to the sponsorship situation that's happening at the moment. A bit more detail on Chelsea and stake collapse in talks, as others have reported. London First understands Tom Bowley decided to say no to the deal following fan backlash and industry shock. Bowley is very keen to build fan relationship, especially after last season. Look, a lot of people are like, "Oh, do you know what? That seems a bit weak." Are the owners and the board, going to buckle every time there's a fans backlash? What do fans know all the time? Look, I don't know about all the other situations, but this situation, personally speaking, majority of the fans are right, man. I mean, stake.com, a gambling based company, we don't need that. Like, Chelsea have organizations set up to help people to get away from gambling. Like, there's anti-gambling organizations to assist people from this addiction. So, and Premier League as well, they're banning all sorts of gambling sponsorship after next season. So it doesn't make sense to have all of this right now for Chelsea Football Club. We can do better, and a lot of you guys have said it won't look nice on the jersey. And at the same time, these level of betting or gambling, sponsorships, like, that's mid to lower level clubs kind of go for that, not big clubs like Chelsea Football Club. So look, I'm glad we've moved on from this. I'm glad that the owners have understood the backlash. So we'll see who we land down the track. Now I want to showcase to you guys some training pictures, just like what we did yesterday. I think from here on, every sort of video, we're going to try and see all the latest training pictures as much as we can, because the players are now back into full-time training. Preseason has kicked off, and it'll be interesting to see who is there in the training ground. Lewis Hall, Carney Chukwuemeka, there you go. Man, I hope somehow we can keep Carney Chukwuemeka and not loan him out. Lewis Hall, look, I probably, at the moment, I know some of you guys might not like this, I feel like Chukwuemeka is far more talented at the moment. I've got no disrespect to Lewis Hall. I think he's supremely talented as well, but I don't want to just keep him around just for the sake of keeping him around. If we can loan him and give him that full-time minutes, that'll be fantastic. But Chukwuemeka, for me, someone who's ready to go, man. He could be blockbuster in midfield. So that's my 2 cents in regards to Chukwuemeka. Mark Cucurella back in training as well. Good to see him smiling. He's got that sideshow bob kind of hairstyle going on. I think recently he did braids, didn't he? But no, he's back to having that as sideshow bob. Ben Chilwell back into training as well. Good to see Amanda Broya. I'm very keen to see how he does off the back of that major injury that he copped last season. Reece James, he looks focused, and I hope he stays fit. That is the biggest thing. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's everything at the moment. Let me just quickly have a look that there's nothing that has dropped in recent times, because we always get caught out. In fact, we might have. All right, 8 minutes ago, Inter director Ausilio Chelsea told us Lukaku is not available on loan. We're exploring conditions for a permanent deal. Let's see later on in the window. This is from Fabrizio Romano, and that's exactly how it should be. Mudryk assist, Ukraine 1-0 against Spain. There you go, Mudryk just keeps picking up those assists. Fantastic to see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, more than anything, subscribe. Until next time. See ya.